Welcome all of you here once again in another session, and this is going to be on cloze tests. Let's start without any delay. The first one this week and probably the 11th or the 13th one in last 2 or 3 months. Exams are quite near. Please go ahead with your full potential. Please comment if there is anything needed from my side. I would love to emphasize here. We've been discussing topic-wise questions on error detection, sentence improvement, RC cloze test, parajumbles, vocabulary also. Let's start with an easy peasy one first. I usually do this if somebody is new here. On the very first turn or session, I show some easy ones first, then better, so level goes up. Let's go straight. Is that a cloze test? Yes, it has been in SSC's Tier 2 examination. Just grab the tone theme first. Good evening, everybody here. Okay, here we go. Great. Done. Okay. Easy peasy, but tricky at the same time. It so happens that that is a conjunction. How would I put another conjunction then? How, when, if, why? And siblings sing. Fortunately, there's a comma here. SSC a lot of times drop punctuations. Assume there is no comma here. Siblings sing one of that means they are singing one of their favorite songs like that, but there is a comma in between. So it happens, what happens? That you have a sentence here, siblings sing, comma, you have another sentence, you need a conjunction. How is not a conjunction? Why is not a conjunction? Either when or if. I see no conditional clause here, like if siblings sing, one of has less skills commendable. Okay. It happens whenever I say this to my brother, sister, he, she does this. Whenever, because you are putting a general statement. When he says this, he does this. When she says this, she does this. Not if. Maybe a conditional clause, we could have put if also. When. So it happens that when siblings sing, one of blank space has you have a finite verb. Now the preposition needs objective case after it. There is the subjective, there is the possessive adjective, those the demonstrative adjective, them. One of them, none of them, some of them. So when siblings sing, brothers and sisters are singing, one of them has a less blank space vocal skills, less tuned, not all. Okay, that's not a machine, we can say tuned. Voice tuning exists, but not always for siblings. We are not talking about professional singers here. If you say high, then it will contradict with less. Something which is high can't be less at the same time, so not that appropriate. Potent, talking about strength, skills, intensity, and all. And yes, of course, when you talk about singing, one of them has less potential, wide, no sense of length or width here. So potent, potential, prowess also, skills. Even though there, I need a subjective case here for the finite verb. There is possessive adjective. We, the author didn't include all of us. Or is not talking to someone, talking about some siblings. Third person. So no second person or first person, third person. Both, maybe all. So when two siblings sing, for example, one of them has a less vocal skill, even though both have a similarly commendable database of song, maybe, but we are talking about singing. Songs can be correct. Art, no, for singing. Common base of what? Music can also be correct. When you talk about skills, they are not mentioning like from a database of songs we are singing. Like this song, can you try this song? This song, we are talking about the singing skills, the ability, the power, prowess, skills or courage, and intensity and severity, for which music deserves a better choice. That's not wrong, but that's a better choice. Okay. Doubts, please, if any. Similarly, the next one. Seems tiny, may be tricky as the previous one. Done. Yes, Aman. Absolutely, brother. The answer to the first one, exactly, can be taken from the passage itself. The conditions under this condition, under that condition. So the conditions under blank space conditions for the last, under which democracy can blank space, that's a good one as you noticed, not that easy as it looks like as per the length, can say grow, and we won't be ending democracy. Rise we can say, flourish we can say. I think grow should be appropriate, but the given answer is flourish. Why? Because that's a better choice. Choose the most appropriate answer. Flourish is to grow in a healthy environment. A tumor can grow, plants also grow, but here we have the positive tone, democracy, a better choice. That also means grow or develop, but in a healthy environment, a better choice. So the conditions under which democracy can flourish, those conditions, democracy can flourish. Those conditions are easy. You live in a country where we have democracy. Those are interesting, not talking about a movie. Meaningless is a negative term. They are difficult to examine. We won't be examining those conditions. Under which condition can we define democracy should flourish? They are going to be difficult to define. We won't be experiencing the conditions. We are defining those conditions under which democracy can flourish. Discuss all correct, but one is the most appropriate one. But one thing is for sure, I thought. One thing is stated by passive voice, dictated by Hazy's blur. No. But one thing is clear, that democracy is always a slow growth. That's for sure. Whereas dictators, now you're talking about dictator, may blank space to may rise. Actually, that's a phrase. Let me tell you, if you do not know, rise to power. When an idiom comes, when a collocation comes, we have to pick those most appropriate terms. Rise to power. Otherwise, rise, jump, grow should be a better word. Succeed, to fame, generosity, glory, power. Obviously, for a dictator, we would say power. And the most appropriate term here is then rise to power. Meaning, rise to power means the process of gaining control, authority, or political leadership. From Cambridge, they have marked vocabulary.com, rise to power. Cambridge, rise to power, fame, etc. To become famous, powerful. She rose to fame or power. But here we are talking about a dictator. So fame is not that an appropriate word. Power will be appropriate for a dictator as per the context of the passage. And blank space, and a dictator can restart. He's already a dictator. Can establish, yes. Can enter, no physical place defined. Can define a new blank space with dramatic success. He can establish what? His kingdom. Actually, this filler is dependent, I should say this filler is dependent on this. Similarly, this filler is dependent on this. Can establish his kingdom. Kingdom is a proper word, good word. Let's say regime for a dictator. State, era, that's a time between notable, a good period of time where you were famous, notable, or you had something such. Dictator, regime, or kingdom. And profitable for a dictator, I won't say profit. Unfavorable, how would he rise to power in unfavorable conditions? Suitable or favorable conditions. Peculiar is distinct. They may be good, they may be bad. Suitable conditions. Okay, yes, of course. Don't judge a book by its cover. It looked so tiny, huh, but was a good one. Showing you the next one, but before that, let me inform you that here you are live, just informing you, going at my pace, at home, whenever you feel comfortable, can go to your courses section and try this SSC Super Practice Kit, where you get topic-wise questions for quant, for reasoning, for English, for GA, for your mains, computers also. For example, English, noun, pronoun, adjective, articles, grammar, one words, antonyms, synonyms, vocabulary, RC cloze test, parasymbols, error detection, that practice part and all in 7 different stages. Level 1, level 2, level 3, PYQs, speed improvement, revision, and all. Do try. We have 1,000+ tests for beginners, for the advanced ones. The topic-wise ones, if you are a beginner, you can start for all subjects. Okay, like the basics of number system for quants, decimals, factors, divisibility, and everything. Do try SSC Super Practice Kit at home. Next. Red. Let's go. Done. Okay, let's finish things off. We have rich, the passage itself defines some things. Gift, treasure, heritage, boon. Its roots go into roots of our heritage go into pastress, not the appropriate term for this. Antiquity, ancient past. Our heritage cultures don't belong to the modern world. Ancient past also, antiquity. Obscurity, no one knows us. Dignity, you can't go into dignity. You can go into past to define your cultural heritage, how long it has been into existence for. Ours has never been a closed community, country, nation. We are talking about cultures, so let's pick culture as a more appropriate choice. Ours has never been a close. We are not talking about our country. We are talking about our culture or cultural heritage. So culture. Okay, you said that's not a closed. So the opposite of close should be it has a blank space like a tree. Okay, I looked at the fifth filler. Once again, it's not a closed, it's an open one. It has blank space like a tree to external also. So what does a tree does? It rises, it expands. Roots may expand. Trees don't expand or branch. trees grow, the most appropriate term. So it's growing like a tree. Open, because the previous line said ours has never been a closed one. It's open to external influences, sure, for a culture. Western influence you have heard, and the passage itself, Western culture. Influences. Facts. Institutions, not appropriate. But holding its roots, blank space. I think you remember I taught in the foundation batch also. The fixed phrase is hold something fast. If you hold something fast, it's not the speed of the speed one fast. It is to stick to something and hold your roots. Fast in the sense of being stick here. Hold light, no, we'll be holding it strongly. Hardly is a negative word. Hard could have been a possibility, but the more appropriate one is hold something fast. But one wonders today whether it will be able to hold its roots, teachings. In a culture, we don't have teachings only, so not the complete word for this. Doctrines are also a set of beliefs, quite like teachings. Cultures don't have teachings or doctrines or morals. Cultures have their specific values or principles. The blank space of our cultural heritage has come under, so the source of the Miranet, it's a building, I don't know precisely, but it's related to mosque, excuse me. It's related to mosque. Okay, that's minaret or okay, that's minaret. I pronounced probably something else. A tall, thin tower forming part of a building where Muslims meet and pray. A mosque, yes, it was related to, I remember, a mosque. Nothing like that. Mean or meant here. So no source or minaret or altar the pronunciation. The place where we put our Lord and worship them. No, we are not talking about preachings and all, about the cultural heritage. Citadel, the fortress, stronghold, as you mentioned. A fortress that commands a city. So here, in the sense of being strong, like a fort, like a castle, like a fortress, that way. So the fortress of our cultural heritage has come under the, I would say, influence of Western culture, huh? Influence of tide, sway, current, wind. Idiomatically, it's under the sway of, which means the same, under the influence of. Being under the sway means being under control, power, or strong influence of someone or something. Okay, Aman and everyone here. So, I hope that was a beneficial session for you. Initially, at a glance, what is this? But that was good. Then we had a better one, and we had another better one. Thank you so much for being here. Stay connected. See you the day after tomorrow. You can download the PDF of all these sessions conducted at YouTube also from your app. Go to your courses section, find the YouTube PDFs option, and they are all available there. Do subscribe if you are new here. Thank you so much. Would love to see you in the upcoming sessions. Before I finish, let me inform you of a couple of things. The super practice kit that I showed, please go through that at your own pace whenever you want. SSC introduced sectional timing. We have each and every test in the SSC stream here for CGL, CPO, etc. to help you practice with sectional timing. Make use of it. Each and every test here has sectional timing. And yes, this great Indian exam fest, you're welcome here at Oliveboard. Can opt for SSC Lite or Elite or Super Elite or SSC plus Railways Elite. What is included, what is not is clearly mentioned. So some things are not included in these. Everything is included in SSC Super Elite, which includes, if I say, classes for CGL, CHSL, CPO, MTS and other SSC examinations. 2000 plus tests, mocks, PYQs and all. Courses in English, Hinglish, Tamil and Telugu medium. Batches for Tier 1, Tier 2, everything in the SSC stream. And that too at 45% off and 2 times, that means double validity. Using the code FEST, grab it. Can choose the validity and you are welcome. And if you are preparing for SSC and Railway examinations together, can opt for SSC plus Railway Super Elite, which includes everything in the SSC stream, everything in the Railway stream. 850 tests, all live classes, videos, practice sessions, CGL courses in English, Hinglish, Telugu and Tamil, mock test for Tier 1, Tier 2, including all mocks for Railway RRB examinations, ALP, NTPC, Group D, JE, Railways Technician, past live tests and everything. Reattempt feature also, that SSC Super Practice Kit also. Okay. So thank you so much for being here. See you pretty soon. Thanks. Who were live? Aman, thank you so much, brother. Thanks a lot.